Welcome everyone. In this video, I want to address an issue that has come up a lot recently on stream, and it has to do with my controls. As you guys know, I play on keyboard only, not KBM. We'll see that in a bit in these settings. But a lot of players that play on keyboard and mouse ask me what are the best settings to use, what settings I use, and I'm gonna try and give you guys exactly that, so that you guys can hit your highest possible settings. So without any further ado, let's get into it. But first, let me show you my rank really quickly so that you guys know what I'm talking about. Here you go. I'm 1700 in 3v3. That's pretty up there in Grand Champion. I've been playing this game for almost 5 years now, so I really know what I'm doing when it comes down to controls. In this video, we're going to take a look at everything, okay? We'll see all my settings, I'll reset them to default, and then we'll go through them together. So let's see gameplay tab. Let's set that to default really quickly and see. One of the main things I do is voice chat. I disabled that because I don't need someone to scream in my ears when I'm playing the game. It really makes no sense in Rocket League. You're never going to use voice chat to communicate with your teammate anyways, so I just disabled that. Cross-platform play is something that I disable and enable depending on how I'm feeling on the day. So let's see. That's not a very important tab. Let's head into the camera settings. That's a lot of preference. I've been keeping these settings really consistent. I've been toying with the swivel speed, but we're not there yet. So field of view 110, a distance 270, height 110, angle -4, and stiffness 0.75. The swivel speed at 3 and the transition speed at 1. So the swivel speed, what is this swivel speed? If you can read it at the bottom down here, it says controls the speed at which your camera can swivel around your car. But you're going to ask me, KRZ, that makes no sense. On keyboard, you cannot move your camera. Why would you play with the swivel speed? Well, we're almost there, guys. We are almost there. In the controls, that's a lot of stuff that has to do with controller, not much that has to do with us. The mouse sensitivity and all of that doesn't matter. So let's head straight into the bindings and reset those to default and go through them together. So, as I told you guys before, I play on keyboard only and I do not use the mouse, which means that the mouse buttons, jump and boost, need to be rebinded somewhere. And what I like to do is move them to the arrow keys. So, we take everything that's on the right hand on the mouse and we move it to the arrow keys, which means that my jump button is now up arrow and my boost is now a left arrow. Rear view is now on the right arrow, and that means if you take a look at your keyboard really quickly, you have your 3 fingers in the middle of your hand using 3 different arrow keys, which makes it a lot better and more ergonomic than trying to use 1 finger to hit the scroll wheel for rear view and the jump. That's a lot easier for you to look behind you using these settings. So let's keep scrolling down. We have arrow right and arrow left that I keep. Skip replay, I put that on up arrow. And now here is the main thing that differs from my controls: camera swivel right and camera swivel left. I put camera swivel right on C and camera swivel left on Z. That way, if my right hand is on A, W, and D, right, controlling to move left, forward, and to the right, I can very easily drop my finger down to C or drop my finger down to Z to look around me. It's the simplest way on keyboard to look around you without having to unbind anything else. It makes you a lot better at map awareness, and it's a key to get the highest rank possible. Let's see, what else do we have here? Voice chat F, I like to disable that because, again, I do not use voice chat. Now let's keep scrolling down. This is all stuff that does not matter. However, we're getting to somewhere. Right here we have save replay and reset shot. I like to put those on the letter R. That means that I do not have to move my whole hand to hit backspace, what the default is. All I have to do is move a finger slightly from D to R, and it lets me reset the shot. Over thousands and thousands of hours of playing the game and training, being able to reset the shot that quickly is very efficient, and it doesn't force you to get out of the mood, right? You stay in the zone, you quickly flick there, and you're good to go. So that was it for my bindings. Let's go look at the interface right here. Hit the default button and see. Right here, I like going for the name scale to 150%. That is the nameplate where the other teams and your teammates' names show up in game. I put that pretty big, not too big though, because then it covers up the whole screen. Just put it big enough so they can always see where the nameplates are, and it's a really good way to be able to track people. If you see a sliver of their nameplate peeking from a side of your screen, you can very easily identify where they're coming from. And looking at here, one of the other things I changed is down here at team colored boost metrics. or a boost meter, they were not in the game when I first started, so I do not use them. But that is up to you. It does not affect the game in any way, shape, or form. Another thing I don't like is notifications during gameplay. I find those distracting. It's a lot of stuff that just clutters the screen, so I just disable those to be able to focus on the game at hand. So let's head into the video settings, hit default, and see what happens. So let's see here, guys. You can see that I have a 1440p monitor. That's something that most of you don't have, so do not worry about it. Just keep it at 1080p or whatever resolution you play at. I usually have it in full screen when I'm playing the game, but when I'm streaming or making YouTube videos like this one, I put it on borderless. Keep VSync off, anti-aliasing off, render quality stays at high quality, render detail is the most important thing to do. Drop it down to performance. That's going to affect your FPS so much. Drop it down to performance and then bump up your FPS all the way up. People tell you to uncap it. I like to cap mine. I've seen a little bit of trouble when I uncap my FPS. I like being consistent. I'd rather be at 220 the whole time than have my FPS fluctuate from 250 to 220, right? So I just like capping mine high. I have a 144 Hz monitor, so as long as I'm above the 200 mark, I'm pretty happy with it. Here, texture details, keep that at performance. And since we dropped the quality, the render details so much down, I like putting the world detail at high quality. If you look at the background, while I switch those, you can see that the lights start coming out. There's more detail in the crowd. I like it. It just makes the game look a bit prettier than what it was before. And particle detail, keep that low. It does not need to be high quality. It's really not important. Here we have high quality, 2 weather effects, everything disabled. One of the things that I see people doing is enabling the shaders. I don't like the colors with the shaders. I'd rather have everything off. And I keep transparent goalposts on because that's one of the things, or that is in fact the only competitive advantage you can get from this settings page. About the audio, I won't click default because that's going to blow up your ears, but as you can see, I keep everything at 0 except the gameplay volume. I put that at 100, and my master volume is the way I control the game, and I keep that between 1 and 4 depending on what I'm doing. If I'm training with a podcast or a video on the background, then I have it at 1, and if I'm playing the game, I have it at like 3 or 4. So now, for the last portion of the video, the portion you've all been waiting for. I know everyone wants to know what is the most optimal quick chat settings. So let's hit default and let me explain to you what you do. First things first, a nice shot needs to be changed to a nice one because you're not always complimenting a shot. There's a lot of nice things that happen in Rocket League. It's a really nice game. So you want to be able to tell everyone that they're doing a nice one of a job. The last thing in here worth changing is in the first tab, information team. Defending, be honest with yourself. When have you ever used it? If you've used it, don't ever use it. It's useless. Just go down in there and scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see what a save. And you know what that does? That lets you spam what a save in team chat. That is such a great thing, and you haven't understood why yet. So let me tell you, imagine you're playing a game and your opponent whiffs a save and you get a goal. Most of you guys just keep playing the game like normal. You just wait for the game for the kickoff to come back and the game to restart. But what I do is I spam what a save in chat. And what that does, what a save in team chat. Team chat is very important. I spam that in team chat, and what that does is it makes my teammates laugh, it makes them smile, everyone gets happy because we're all trolling the opponent, and the opponent isn't getting hurt because they don't know about it. So if you make your teammates laugh, they're going to relax, they're going to play better, they're going to enjoy their time, you're going to enjoy your time, you're going to get more wins. So with this one simple trick of having team chat what a save, you will up your win rate 100% guaranteed. So boys, that was it for the video. If you guys enjoyed it or have any questions about my settings, feel free to leave it in the comment section. If you liked the video, if you liked my settings, please drop a like. We're really trying hard with the YouTube grind here. I'm gonna do the outro. And like always, boys, I stream 3 times a week on twitch.tv/ThisIsKRZ. The link is gonna be in the description. I stream on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. This is KRZ signing out. Peace.